I don't really have a vivid memory of when I started liking zombie movies. I don't even have like a memory of the first zombie movie I watched, or like when I even heard about them for the first time. It just came gradually, and suddenly I realized that I really liked zombies. Some people seem to have like this Usagi moment in Sailor Moon when their memory of it is just like they're spinning around and the world stands still and glitter is just dressing them, and it becomes this like luminous moment in time for them. This is my list of why zombies are so awesome and why I love them. Number one, they are so weird that it can't really get scary. I mean, sure, the jump scares and like how they look and all of that, yeah, that's creepy. But like zombies as a concept, it's such a weird thing. If we look past these super weird zombie movies, because even if zombies in themselves are weird, like there are really weird zombie movies that aren't supposed to be realistic at all. But like just put them aside for a moment and then just think about a zombie. Often a virus attaches itself to a host, the host dies and then reanimates. All they want now is to kill and eat people. And they're also really stupid. So even if they're now like really strong and agile and all of that, they go by like smell and noise. A group of people drenched in zombie blood can just like walk past them. And the biggest thing, like because they are now dead, human physics doesn't really work on them anymore. So like they can be just a head moving around, which is like, how does that work? How does anything on that head still move? They have to eat. Even if there's like a gaping hole in their stomach, they're eating. But so they're like processing so much stuff, but they never have to poop. Like zombies don't poop. It's like it's such a weird host. So like because they're dead, they don't need to do anything that a human body would need to do when it's alive. Like, where does everything go? Because I refuse to believe that this zombie virus is able to just process all of that they're shoving into their faces. That's a very amazing virus. And like also, almost all zombies that you see, like yeah, there are these extreme cases where they have like just a head or gaping hole, but mostly they just have a small bite. Are zombies that picky? They don't want to eat someone else. Actually, they just want to bite them and then they're just like moving on. But it seems like they're devouring people really. So they should want to eat them, but they're leaving so much of the. I don't listen. I've thought about this so much, and it's super. How does it work? I guess you shouldn't think about this with zombies because they're just like weird things that are supposed to entertain you. How can you be scared of something that is so confusing? Yeah, I guess you can be scared of things that are very confusing, but like it's such like how would that even happen? How would it work with like zombies in real life? It's just like yeah, I can be scared in the moment when I watch it on TV, but like number 2. So zombie movies thrive on being bad. There are a lot of really good zombie movies. There are more bad zombie movies. I mean, I guess that's true for most genres, but bad zombie movies are just it's still excellent to watch. Most zombie movies are just about a virus that takes over the world, and then you follow a group of misfits that try to survive for a period of time. The end. Number 3. Dystopian worlds are amazing, Not because I would like to live in one, but because they are these extreme scenarios that can get a conversation started about how would people react if this happened or this, and it's just so interesting to think about all these situations. Number 4. Zombie movies have range. Gore, action, drama, sad movie, funny movie, weird movie, blah. So you might argue that zombie movies are just about the gore, about guts being ripped out and like groups of people screaming in agony and just weird ways of dying. And like I can think about like a lot of zombie movies that have that. Like almost all zombie movies have to have that. That's like one of the things that you have to have. So I'm just saying that there are more to zombie movies than like the blood around their mouth. You have I Am Legend, which is about a man that thinks he's like alone in the world, and it's more about his inner demons and how he has to struggle with them, and not just about the zombies, even though they are kind of like the root cause. And then you have Kingdom, which is a zombie TV series that takes place in Korea like hundreds of years ago, maybe 1,000 years. I don't know exactly, but it's a long time ago, so there's like no technology like we have today. And it exceeds in being like scary and funny and just have a really new and innovative way to look at zombies. Or Shaun of the Dead, which is one of the best zombie parodies still out there. And then we have Warm Bodies, which is like a romantic comedy. So yeah, if you don't like 28 Days Later, maybe you won't like Train to Busan, but you still might like I Am Legend or whatever. Also, if you want to think about range, look at all these zombies here. Happy, sad, angry, needs to poop, remembers he can't poop, confused about it, happy again, I don't know. Number 5. The same concept in a new setting is still a lot of fun. Yes, most zombie movies have the same formula. But who cares? I love Train to Busan with all the people running to the train and running from the train and running on the train. And I also love 28 Days Later with people running across fields and through buildings. And I love the Japanese movie I Am a Hero, which is about an ordinary man is surprised by a zombie apocalypse. Number 6. You can turn old boring stuff into cool zombie stuff. Just take any story and make it into a zombie movie, because it's so much fun to watch Pride and Prejudice, but it takes place in a zombie apocalypse, so it's not just about finding a man, but finding a man while trying to survive because everybody's dying and trying to kill each other. Just take any scenario at all and put it in a zombie apocalypse and just try to think about what would happen. And you have a fun movie. Although I will admit that Zombieverse was a bit too weird even for me, and I'm not really sure if that movie should have been made. I'm still confused like 5 years later to what I really was watching. Number 7. Zombies are cool. I mean, some people might try to argue that zombies aren't cool, but if you look at the facts, you can see that they're wrong, I'm right. Zombie movies are fun because they don't take themselves too serious, and they can be dark and happy, and they can have children dancing in a conga line while singing and trying to evade zombies with a teacher playing a ukulele. That's a thing that exists in zombie movies. And it's also a super easy way to have a costume for any kind of masquerade, because you just take like another costume or your regular clothes and just put red paint, yeah, or some red color on it, and some around your face and neck or something, and you have a zombie costume. It's like the easiest costume except for a ghost, where you just put a sheet over your head, but then you have to cut holes through the eyes. So, I mean, okay, you're ruining the clothes with red paint as well, but shh. To reiterate, zombies are super weird and should not work. A bad zombie movie is most of the times a really good zombie movie. Dystopia is funtopia. They can be scary, happy, sad, blah. I love Kingdom. There's at least one epic zombie killing scene in every zombie movie, and it's like it feels like there's this whole department of people whose sole job is to get that epic scene made, and they're just putting all of their money and energy into that specific part, even if the whole rest of the movie is not like that exciting. And I'm not mad. Like, do more of that, please. Zombies are cool. And that concludes my love letter to zombies and zombie movies. And